Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from AC2205C. For FAR610 www discussion question, we will present question 7. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce my groupmate.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Anisha Ira binti Muhammad. So today I will explain to you about the question given about the consolidated financial statements. So based on the question given, we have AA Berhad, BB Berhad and CC Berhad, which is AA Berhad is a holding company, BB Berhad and CC Berhad is a subsidiary companies. So based on the questions, we can construct a vertical structures. The question states that AA Berhad acquired BB Berhad ordinary share capital, which is 70%, and the non-controlling interest will be 30%. So after the acquisition of BB Berhad, BB Berhad acquired CC Berhad ordinary share capital, which is 60%, and the non-controlling interest is a 40%. So, from the acquired of C states that the AA Berhad is not acquired the CC Berhad ordinary share capitals. So, we do not have the direct control from AA Berhad to CC Berhad. We only have the indirect control of AA Berhad to CC Berhad, which is the ordinary share capital will be 60%, 60% with times to 70%. Equal to 48% for the ordinary share capitals, and the non-controlling interest will be 58%.
Let us start with determining the goodwill from acquisition of BB Berhad. First, we need to know how the NCI is measured. In the question, it mentioned that the NCI is measured by using the fair value method. This means that the goodwill is a full goodwill.
For the calculation of the consideration transfer of BB Berhad, which the question states that 70% of the ordinary shares by issued 2 shares for every 5 shares acquired will be plus the cash considerations. So how we calculate the consideration transfer? First, we take the 70% from the question given will be times by 15 million of ordinary shares of BB Berhad, which is will be equal to 10.5 million. So this question state that every 5 shares issues 2 shares. So we take the 10.5 million will be divided by 5 and multiply by 2. So the equal will be 4.2 million. So 4.2 million will be multiplied with the price of 1 shares, price for each shares, which is RM1.44. So the equal will be 6.048 million. So the total consideration transfer of BB Berhad will be 6.048 million plus by 10 million, which is the cash considerations, will be equal to 60.048 million.
Now that we have calculated the consideration transferred of BB Berhad, we're gonna move on to measuring the NCI of BB Berhad. As we have previously mentioned, the NCI of BB Berhad is measured by using the fair value method. This means it is based on the share price on the date of acquisition. Now let us see how it is calculated. First, we take the percentage of NCI and we multiply by the ordinary share capital of 15 million and we times by the share price of RM1.13, which we could obtain from the table given in the question. This will result to a total of RM5,085,000. Next, we move on to the calculation of fair value of net asset of BB Berhad. First, we look at the ordinary share capital of BB Berhad. This could be obtained from the extract of financial position of BB Berhad. It mentioned that the ordinary share capital is 15 million. It is then added with the pre-acquisition return profit. However, in this question, it mentioned that there is a debit balance of retained earning on the date of acquisition, which amount to 1.2 million ringgit. This amount shall be deducted in calculating the fair value of net asset. After that, we look at any information related to reserves on the date of acquisition. So there is a statement mentioned in the question that said that the landed property of Bibi Berhad is revalued at 1 million lower than the carrying value. This means that there is a deduction in ARR amounting to 1 million. This is also to be deducted from the calculation of fair value of net asset. So once we have deducted all the pre-acquisition return profit and the ARR, we would get amount of 12,800,000. We have calculated the consideration transfer, NCI and fair value of net asset. We are able to determine the goodwill from acquisition of Bibi Berhad. First, we need to add up the consideration transfer amounting to 16,048,000 with the NCI of 5,085,000. This will result to an amount of 21,133,000. This amount will then be minus with the fair value of net asset amounting to 12,800,000. It will give a result of 8,333,000. This is the goodwill of acquisition of Bibi Berhad. However, this is not the final amount as there is an impairment of goodwill stated in the question amounting to 100,000. Therefore, the amount of final goodwill to be transferred to the consolidated financial statement shall be deducted with the impairment of goodwill. This will give an amount of 8,233,000.
Okay, so next we proceed with the calculation of consideration transfer of CC Berhad. So CC Berhad, the cash consideration which is 8.5 million. So the consideration transfer, we only takes the indirect controls. So will be 70% times by 8.5 million will equal to 5.950 millions. So this amount will be put in the goodwill column. Another 30% multiplied by 8.5 millions will equal to 2.55 million will be put in the NCI column.
Hi, I am Nurul Samila. Next, we will add non-controlling interest into the CC Berhad. Since CC Berhad valued its non-controlling interest using proportionate method, we need to calculate the fair value of net asset of subsidiary on the date of acquisition first. In fair value of net asset of subsidiary on the date of acquisition, we have ordinary share capital amount 12 million from the statement of financial position, pre-retained profit of 1 million and also the reserve of 400,000. Thus, it gives a total of 13.4 million ringgit. Now, we can calculate the non-controlling interest of CC Berhad. But how to determine the percentage of the non-controlling interest? According to the situation, this is when AA Berhad does not acquire share in CC Berhad. This means that AA Berhad acquire Bibi Berhad directly and Bibi Berhad acquires CC Berhad directly too. Thus, when AA Berhad's subsidiaries acquire another company, it gives an indirect acquisition to the company as well. Therefore, CC Berhad is indirectly controlled by AA Berhad. The group's controlling interest can be calculated by multiplying the acquisition of ordinary share capital of AA Berhad in Bibi Berhad and Bibi Berhad in CC Berhad. AA Berhad acquired 70% of ordinary share capital in Bibi Berhad, while Bibi Berhad acquired 60% ordinary share capital in CC Berhad. Thus, the group's controlling interest is 70% times 60% that give a total of 42%. So, the percentage of non-controlling interest of indirect control of group is 58%. The non-controlling interest can be calculated at 58% times 13.4 million, that gives a total of 7.772 million ringgit. To determine goodwill, indirect acquisition of 5.95 million ringgit plus with non-controlling interest of RM 7.772 million, and it gives a total of 13.722 million. Then we less the fair value of net asset of subsidiary on the date of acquisition of RM 13.4 million. The difference we get of RM 322,000 ringgit. Since the fair value of net asset of the subsidiary is less than the fair value of the investees' equity shares, it is considered as goodwill.